to add the correct currency. And there are several other things along that line that we've had to do because we needed to upgrade. We also needed to upgrade quality as well. We needed to continually upgrade the quality of our delivery, starting with Bincom Academy. Bincom Academy forms one of the foundational things in terms of the way Bincom impacts knowledge. Many of you may also be aware that earlier this year, we also talked about the fact that we needed to change what we say about ourselves. Because Bincom Dev Center, sometimes when people see the definition, the formal one, they erroneously think that we're a training institution. Yes, training is part of what we do, but really what we do is talent development. And that's one of the things that we solved with even looking at what is our slogan, what is the definition of the company, and the definition of the company focuses more on talent development than training, right? We're helping people to gain experience, gain exposure, and of course, learn skills in the field of technology. But the local impact strategy also then focuses on us being able to do what we do, being able to do it internationally. And that's where it comes to us as a team. Because for us as a team, we've had to do many things and many activities in terms of initiatives and projects and OKRs and so on. Some of them have impacted us directly. Some of them we've done successfully. Some of them we've not done as successfully as we wanted to see. And that brings me to the message for today, which is that if you don't remember anything I said today, what I'm trying to impact and share is the fact that, yes, we're getting better, but we are not where we want to be. As such, we are asking for much more from us as individuals and from us as a team. We're asking for us to do better. We believe as an organization that if we continue doing better and better and better, we will be better than the best. That's what we believe very strongly. And a bunch of those initiatives include us being able to do things like clockwork. When we say like clockwork, it means that if we know that something is supposed to happen once a day, then we know that that thing will happen at that time every day. Like clockwork means that if we know that something should happen once a week or every third Saturday of every month, then we know that that thing should happen on that third Saturday of every month. Clockwork is one of the challenges that we have with some of the members of the team. Now, don't get me wrong, many of us are trying, but many of us on the team also, we see deficiency because we are adults and we really should not be chasing some of us about. I'll use an example of ICT Career Talk because I noticed that ICT Career Talk is compulsory for those that may not be aware. You should be aware because it's part of your orientation pack for anyone that has joined the organization. But in case you are not aware, ICT Career Talk holds on the last Saturday of every month at 12 noon, and it's compulsory for anyone at stage 0 foundation, which is intern stage, which is stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3 as well is mostly compulsory. But then we find that we still need to be using the merit and all of that to convince people to show up. These things are things that the organization is doing to add value to individuals. Like clockwork, we expect that if we know a stand-up is going to happen at 10 a.m., then you should be there 1 minute to 10. Not that 5 minutes to 10, that's when you are just showing up to say, okay, have they started or have they not started? There are two problems there because the team lead has been instructed many times to say, please don't wait for anyone, right? If the person is late, then is late, then let the appropriate sanctions, starting from the merit, but there are much more stronger sanctions that the organization has. But we really, really, really do not want to be a sanction-driven organization. We want to be an organization where everybody does what they are supposed to do at the point when they are supposed to do it. That's the type of organization that we would like to be. Now, we understand that, yes, for many of us, it's a change in habit. For many of us, Bincom is asking us to do things that are not natural to us. Bincom is asking us to do things that we are not experienced in. Bincom is asking us to do things that I would rather not do. And in some cases, I've heard recently that some people don't know why Bincom is asking you to do some of those things. It's something we've tried very hard to do, to say that for everything it is that we're asking you to do, we explain the why before we tell you the what. right? Of course, it's not every time that we're able to explain the why explicitly, but to a large extent, we believe that we are an organization where at least you understand the reason why you're doing the things that you're supposed to do. But yeah, interesting thing is that one of the sessions in which we try to explain that, we've seen very, very low attendance. So we do a session, the Emigrate Internal Tech Career Packaging Program. It's compulsory for global tech, but it's optional to every member of the team. We encourage members of the team to attend because we believe that it will impact your career. And that's part of the reason why you joined the platform in the first place. But yes, Clockwork is one of the things that we are very, very focused on. And one thing I would ask us, as I mentioned, my message today is very simple, to say that we're doing better than we were before, but we need to do much more, better and better and better, basically. And that's what we're encouraging everybody to do. And so with the Clockwork objective, one of the things that you can do is call it out when you see process failures. Call it out when you realize that something is not happening the way it should happen. Don't keep quiet and figure out that, oh, maybe that's just the way they expect it to happen. Sometimes we just don't know that those things are not happening the way it is. If your team mentor, who is supposed to be at your evening stand-up, is not showing up when they should, then call it out. Your team lead is supposed to do so. But if your team lead isn't doing so, at least you should also mention it so that at least the organization would know. And there are several other things that the organization has set out to say, oh, these are the things that should happen when it should happen. And we expect those things to happen the way it should. The second initiative I'll talk about is project management, because we are very weak in project management at the moment. We have a bunch of initiatives around improving our project management practice, including the project assistant retraining, including the fact that we take very seriously training our project managers. And to a large extent, every team lead is a project manager. Anyone in marketing team is a project manager, because 20% of what you do is project management to a large extent, and several things like that, right? If I were to score our project management generally at the moment, I would not score it very high. But then we're trying to improve. Some of the things that we've said as an organization is that for every single project that happens in the organization, you must host a stand-up on a daily basis around that particular project. And the intention and the objective is to ensure that we are moving forward as fast as possible on every one of those projects. We expect that the project managers and the scrum masters and so on will be able to unblock when there are issues. And we expect that they are able to do it fast enough so that it would not impact the overall timeline of the different projects. Recently as well, as part of the OKR Agile Transformation Project, we launched the project management tool, projectmanagement.beancom.net. We've been using Trello in the past, but Trello, we've moved past Trello as we grow as an organization. For many of us now, we should already be on that project management tool. For many of us, we should already have started using that tool judiciously. You expected, the minimum expectation from anyone in the organization is a delivery of at least one task a day. That's the minimum expectation. And the project management tool is supposed to help us get that done and get that done better. We've seen some pushback. We've seen some people not using the tool. We've seen some people not even logging into the tool, even though they've announced to them several times over the last 1 to 2 months. We have the Beancom Dev Center app solution as well that is gradually being launched. That is one of the projects that is running a true agile approach to project management within the organization. And 2 modules have been delivered at the moment. The knowledge development module that tracks everything knowledge development in the organization, and then the community event module. First of all, I will explain what the Beancom Dev Center app project is. At the high level, the app project is digitizing the things that we do as Beancom Dev Center. There are about 37 microservices that everyone in Beancom Dev Center is supposed to participate in. Of course, you need to do very good time management to be able to do all of them and score excellent in all of them. The organization has provided time, 1 hour in the morning for KD, for weekly drills, 30 minutes here, and several others, 1 hour in the morning for personal development. You need to do very good time management to be able to do it excellently well. But then the Bincom Dev Center app project is supposed to help in terms of tracking those things and ensuring that you deliver the things that you should, when you should, and so on. We really do not want to be a sanction-driven organization, because it's looking like that's what we are. The Bincom Dev Center app project also impacts every single person within the organization. Right now, what they are doing is a parallel run. And what that means is that even though you ask for approval of your KD in Slack, you're also supposed to do it in the Dev Center app project. It's a fully homegrown solution built by members of the team and still being built by members of the team. We ask for your support as individuals in the organization to ensure that these projects succeed. And there are several other projects that I will not have time to mention because of the time we have, but I'm going to allow time for question and answers so that if you have specific questions around some things that you may not understand, then we can answer many of those questions as necessary. We're launching Bincom Global within the coming months as well. We're launching it officially. Bincom Global, as I mentioned, is the UK. It's a UK company, but it's actually a launching pad to us going international with some of the things that we do. Some of you may be aware that we're bringing in volunteers onto the platform, onto the organization. We're bringing in other people from all over the world, really, into Bincom Dev Center. And so we need to up our game, generally speaking. We need to up our game around everything that we do and how we do it. Bincom Academy, Bincom Internship Program, Bincom Apprenticeship Program, our community events, which includes the Tech Network and the Tech Club and so on, Emigrate, the light spaces in the places where we still operate light space. And now we're also looking for partner location. Madam Comfort spoke about that already. The mentoring program, Labs by Bincom, incubation program, and several other things that Bincom Dev Center does as an organization, including the headhunter service as well. We need to do all those things well, and we need to do them excellently well. Not because we're going global, but because that's who we are as an organization. Generally speaking, we'll be almost 200 team members by the end of this year, and we're pushing that very hard. And it is impossible for us to do that excellently if we do not have proper structures, proper processes, proper systems. And every single one of us on this call, and some of you that may be watching this after, are part of that system. We all have a tiny piece to play. To the ones that have to post on social media on a daily basis, to the ones that have to follow up when somebody is interested in a paid service, to the one that needs to send receipts and invoices, to the ones that build the actual solutions that clients and customers and even us internally are to use. 30 locations, 200 people is our target for this year. And really where we're going is to be able to run the platform for 1,000 people at every point in time. We're growing in numbers already, but then we are seeing weaknesses and we are seeing gaps in our different processes and structures. We're fixing the ones that we can, but at the same time, we're asking that for every one of us on this call and every one of us watching later, that please do your best. That's all we ask. Do your best, because yes, we're getting better, but we need to continue getting better and better and better. And eventually we will be better than the best. I'll just allow time for a couple of questions. It could be around what I've touched on in this short message, but it could also be around some other things that you would like to just get clarification on at this point. Thank you, everybody. All right, so if you have questions, you can unmute. Well, I'm not sure if there are many questions. You can use the raise hand button on Zoom. If there are many, then we'll use that. Or if not, you can just unmute and ask. What questions do you have? This is a good opportunity to ask the question.
Hello? Yes.
Hi.
Actually joining via on that camera. So
Okay.
like Alex.
It's good you mentioned that because I wasn't going to take it on when your camera wasn't on. But go ahead, Michael Alex.
So my question is based on the location that Madam Comfort discussed with us earlier.
Yeah.
And I remember I for one was once given a task to find a location,
Yeah.
which I did. And that was why I was asking, okay, this amount, for example, because that was the example that was given, can we afford this and that? Which they actually give the amount which they could afford for it. And I see that fine, it is going to scale based on the discussion I've had earlier. So my question goes this way, because one of the things he asked was that was there a ready, like, are there heads standby to start? So I could not give an answer, which is one of those things that might be asked again if I'm to have a meeting with them once more. Okay, fine. When are you going to be ready? How many people are starting? Okay, if it's going to be interim, or should I say maybe whenever someone is available. So they can be like, okay, fine. Do you expect us to keep this particular space? So there are some back and forth questions that comes up.
So I'll answer that question extensively because I believe that it may also help a few people on the call to get insight to what it is that we're doing and why we are doing it and so on. So the partner location strategy is to focus on people that have excess capacity. So if you have government building, cyber cafes, schools, and so on that already have power and internet. We are focused on only Nigeria. They already have power and internet, right? And space for a couple of our techies to be able to use. And the reason is because we realize that even though the company has gone remote, particularly for the people in Nigeria, the challenge is that going remote still creates a problem for our techies, which is the problem of power and internet, right? And yes, for people on the, and then we have the Global Tech Program. Now, the Global Tech Program is the premium program that incorporates everything that Bincom does at a fee, at a premium, right? Some of us on the call are Global Tech Program trainees, right? We allow people to either pay now or pay later, LearnTech now and pay later, even though the organization is also now focusing to say we are reducing the LearnTech now, pay later, and we're going to be focusing more on the premium, people paying for the program or taking the actual loan from one of the partner banks for the program rather than paying the organization later, basically, right? But that's a different conversation, right? Now, for the partner location, what then happens is that a global tech trainee that wants to learn tech is able to then say, well, fine, I want to incorporate the location so that I have somewhere I can go to. For some people, if they stay at home and they are trying to learn tech, their mothers will call them to come and wash plates and all sorts of things that is a distraction to their overall objective. And so they need somewhere they can go to in whatever state it is that they are in for them to be able to resume to say, this is where I'm going to be working out of, which is the reason for the partner location. And so your question is that, do we have ready trainees in those locations at the moment? No, nobody that signed a contract with Bincom at the moment. But if we do know that there's a location somewhere, then what would happen is Bincom will hire a project assistant in that location as its first step. And once a project assistant in that location, we will then start the marketing we'll start marketing Global Tech as a physical program in that location. So please understand that Global Tech program is virtual, but the virtual program then would now be able to incorporate the fact that you have somewhere where you can go to connect to internet and power in your location, close to your home. So Lagos, for example, rather than you traveling all the way to Yaba, if you're on the Global Tech program, you can probably resume at a partner location in Ikorodu or Ekpe or wherever it is that the individual is at that point in time. So that's the Global Tech, that's a partner location strategy. Now, what we did initially was last year, we had set a rate to say every partner location, the rate for the partner location will be a certain amount, right? But what we discovered is that different locations, different cost of living, rent in Lagos is more expensive than rent in Mowe, which is just next door to Lagos State, right? And so what we've done now is that we've decoupled the fee for the location from the overall fee for the Global Tech program. And so what happens is that if you would like to use that partner location, then we've already set a rate, which is obviously going to be much cheaper than you trying to rent a place yourself and funding power and internet and so on yourself. But we've set a rate in which you then know that this is the extra cost for a year for me being able to use certain facility that is in a certain place. Right. So do we have a ready candidate? Our focus also is cities that have at least 100,000 people. That's our focus in terms of the cities that we are focusing on. But yes, do we have ready candidates? They will be there. But the first thing we'll do is once we have a partner location, we would hire a project assistant in that partner location and then start marketing activities in that partner location. It's different for all the other countries in which we operate in, the UK and so on, because they don't have that same problem of internet and power, right? So people are able to get cheap internet in their home and nobody's worrying about whether or not NEPA or whatever they are called now will take light, which is a different problem for Nigeria. So for Nigeria is the reason why we're focused on the partner location. Everywhere else, our focus is just making sure the virtual program works and works effectively and efficiently. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
All right, then I have time for just one more question. One more question, anyone? Going once? It can be any question. All right, then. Yeah. In case you have questions after this, please don't hesitate to ask. There are many channels in which the organization has made available, including on your team channel. On your team channel, there's generally always going to be a member of management. There's generally going to be a member of, but we don't look at every team channel very often, but there's generally going to be a member of pro services team as well that is tracking things like your daily reports and all of that on your team channel, but you can also ask questions there. You can ask your team lead as well. Your team lead has a session with pro services, at least has a session with pro services once a week and has a session with management once a month. So you can ask your team lead and they can find answers for you. Please don't not get answers to whatever questions you may have at any point in time. The key point for us is we want you to understand the why of why we've asked you to do whatever it is that you need to do, but then you need to also understand the how, which is why you have a bunch of trainings, the SDDs and so on, for you to know how to do what it is that we're expecting you to do. But we expect you to get those things done as quickly as possible. And our model is very simple. You learn by doing those things. So that's the reason why they will give you things that may seem hard for you to do initially, but by the time you do it and you do the next thing and you do the next thing and you do the next thing, you will look back later and realize that you've climbed a mountain. We've seen it work for many. This is a model that we've run for over 10 years as Beamcom, believe it or not, and we have many success stories on that model. It could be a daunting process, the same way where you're trying to learn a new language. It can be very hard initially, but the truth is that if you keep at it, you would come out on the other side better for it. Wishing you the very best, everyone, and please just put in your very best. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. I will be handing over, before I hand over to PMOP Contact Center. So if you have any question, please drop your messages, drop your questions in the chat box. It will be attended to. So PMOP Contact Center, you there? PMOP Contact Center.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, over to you. We have till 5:30. Please, the time constraints.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bamish Lekulokbe. I welcome you to today's social influence and social media influence and also social influence, social engagement campaign meeting. You had a great week. So first, before I start and dive in, there was something that happened that was on Friday, where we had people not show up for the social influence in the afternoon. Some people were available and some people weren't. So though we all know that some people it's not necessarily compulsory for if you have done your social engagement, that's influence, you've talked to people and you have posted your 5 complete posts per week. If you've gotten your 5 posts on the channel already, it's not compulsory for you to attend that meeting. But if you haven't gotten 5 posts posted on that channels, 5 screenshots sent to that channel, you are to actually attend this meeting on Friday. That was how it was meant to be. And this Friday, we had just only 2 people at the meeting. And whereas nobody on the team got up to 5 screenshots sent in. So all of us, it's 5, not 2, 5. 1 each day. It's 5. So that being said, I just want to make it clear to us that please let all of us start joining the Friday meetings. Also, it's as important as our Monday one. I know it's always way past normal time, but please, we can stay endeavor to keep at it. 6 is just 30 minutes, 6 to 6:30. We are done. So that being said, for the sake of the new people that might be around, that might just be joining us, that might have been here for the first time, I will just go over what the social influence and the social engagement is about. The social is the medium by the social medium by which you share your ideas, what you know in a particular knowledge tract that you are vast at, you share with other people so they can gain from you. And during this social influence, sorry about that. During the social influence, you get the opportunity to be able to share what you know with other people and also become basically, let me put it like a model, someone that people can point out that is very good at a particular topic and vast at it. So if you have an idea about the topic, very good in that place, you can refer me on WhatsApp, maybe Facebook, maybe Instagram, maybe Twitter, anywhere that you belong to, that you have your tech community. You can just answer questions. You can also post questions. Sorry, not you can also make posts, cook up a post and post it out also, just to for people to engage with. And whatever post you put out there, whatever you put out there, it's going to be people that see it can go, wow, they can gain from it without you knowing. So it's what you put out there that they will use, and everybody be like, oh, this person is they actually gain from the last post you posted. Then they are coming back the next day to check what you posted again to see if they can gain something from it again. And that way you are getting people to actually engage with you. And from there, you can see that people will just be messaging you, either getting your phone number, telling you that, okay, how can I go about this? How can I go about that? And this I'm saying from experience. So it's what you put out there that people used to get at you. It's what people used to say that, okay, we like to know more about this. I want to, where were you able to get this type of knowledge? Do you learn it in school? Stuff like that. You need to go to a school to learn it. So it's what you know that you'll be able to tell someone else. If you don't know, you won't be able to tell. And if you don't know, at this time, as things are right now, if you don't know, you can still even tell because you have to be able to answer some questions for you. But if Google can answer those questions, then you can bring it to Slack. Send the question to our social influence channel Slack. The link to that question. People that there might be other people in the team that have answers to that question and are able to just answer it. So it's that easy. So that being said, social influence help you grow as an individual and add value to you as you're adding values to others. And at the end, it's just something that is added to it. It's not from everybody. It's not necessarily you do this. At the end of the day, if it's possible, your discussion reach the part of the person wants to learn tech from what you put out there. The person wants to now actually delve into maybe project management, maybe front-end development. You can just use that one to chip in Become Global Tech to the person as a suggestion, telling the person the full details of it, and also giving the person other options also that he can use, telling them the advantage of those options you are giving him. State clearly what he can gain using a YouTube video and also the Become Global Tech, explaining how the Global Tech will be the YouTube video. So all this is what you can, at the end of the day, that can help us to make sale out of what value you've added to someone. So this being said, so whenever you make your post finish or you finish engaging under somebody's post that you've commented on it, you can now go to the channel, screenshot those posts you make, go to the channel, that social influence channel is on this thing, is on down Slack. You send your post there. The screenshot you've taken, you send it to that channel just as a record to know that this person has worked, has participated in the social influence campaign this week. So that's been said. I'll go on to talk about the social engagement. Now, the social engagement is about growing the company's reach, helping the company's profile to reach more people. As as the company has reached you, are planning to reach more people, and due to that, the company has been doing a lot of re-strategizing on our social media posts that we are making. We are trying to add more quality to it, so that even the people that are going to be seeing it from your end now, they will have something to take out of whatever we are posting now. So we've been adding more quality to what we have been posting now. So, and if whatever we are posting now can help people that are your followers. So if you like a picture a post that we make, like on Instagram now, for example, it will be like an algorithm for your followers. They will see that, oh, you just like this picture. Then some of them might be curious enough to go and check why you like the picture, and they might get interested in whatever we've posted, and they can contact us or follow us also share that post because they said they find it interesting. Same on Twitter. Twitter especially, once you retweet a tweet, it reaches your follower and people on your algorithm. So you'll be able to reach out to more people. So if one person posts if I make a post now and 10 people make that post, I've reached out to about 100 people in that way because each 10 that repost my post, I get another 10 for it from each one of those 10. So you get that's 100. So from each one of them. So that's the way we are going to reach more people. And also the company's name is becoming more known to other people apart from us only. So we can be able to add more value to people outside there. We give back to the community. So that's why we ask you to engage on the post by liking, commenting, sharing, and also retweeting. So now there are some people that might say that they might not want to use their personal account to do all this. Maybe because of maybe they have a structured out their social media accounts. So maybe they don't want to disrupt the structure. So you can always create a new social media account with the company's mail given to you. So by doing this, you can use it to reach out to, use it to share, like, comment, and retweet on each of the social media platform you belong to. Or so this being said, I hope nobody have any question about what I've just said. And if there are questions, I would really like to get your questions at this point before I continue. All right, and while I was talking, I saw Sunday Olu yearly message that asked, is it 5 or 2? I said, yeah, it's 5. That means 1 every day for each member of the team. 1 every day. So that sums up to 5 in a week. So if you are not able to get up to 5 in a week, attend the SAT. You actually need to attend the Friday's events. That's the Friday's meeting by 6 o'clock to 6:30, just for you to be able to reach, to be able to participate, because there'll be room for you to do it. So hope there are no questions at this point. Yeah, all right. And also the time for Monday social influence is 5 to 5:30. Why on Fridays is 6 to 6:30. So please let us have that at back of our mind. And we are sorry for last week that the meeting ended a bit early. It started before 6. So that's on us, and we are sorry about that. So now moving on, I would like to now go into action. How many people have participated in the social influence campaign? So please, if you have participated in the social influence campaign, you can drop a message in the chat box before I start asking randomly. So, but for a start, just say you have participated, put it on the chat box so I can know if you have. So we have 28 people on this call, and I haven't seen. Okay, Mike Alex said he has participated. All right. Thank you. All right. All right. So how many of you have dropped your screenshot on the channel? I can see a lot of people saying that. Okay, I have 10 minutes more. All right, no problem. I've seen a lot of people saying they have participated, but many people have dropped their screenshots, 5 screenshots on the channel. But I guess most of us might have participated, and we do forget to post our screenshots. So please, let us not always forget. It's as important as dropping as participating also, because you might have participated and there is no way I will know you participated if you don't provide a proof for me to know you have participated. So this said, I'll just call a few people because I don't have time that much. Ade Yinka Adebowale, good evening. Ade Yinka Adebowale, good evening. Your mic is muted if you are talking. Okay. Amen. I mean, you good evening.
Good evening, Tolu.
Good evening. So, have you participated in the social influence campaign?
No, I'm very occupied since, but I would participate after the meeting.
All right, please ensure you do that. And also, please don't forget to post your screenshot on the channel.
Okay, no
Thank
problem.
you. Yeah. What about your social engagement? Have you engaged on all the posts we posted today?
No, not yet. I'll do that now.
All right, thank you. All right, so I'll just cut to people more. So, because most of us we haven't posted, so no, I'll need to do that. Good evening, Aziz Ismaila.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good
Hello.
evening. Yeah, I can hear you. Good evening.
Good evening. I'll get on with it now. Participate with or engage in all posts.
How about social influence? Have you
No, I've not done that.
participated?
I've not
Why
done
is
that.
there
I
any
will.
issue? Is there any issue?
No, no issue.
Okay.
I will.
All right. So please also if you are participating, all right, no problem. Well, please when you do, please don't forget to post your screenshots on the post on our social media channel. Thank you. And the last person I am calling before we go to social engagement is Emmanuel Rambo. Good evening. Emmanuel Rambo, good evening. All right. I guess it's not right. All right, good evening. Have you participated in the social influence campaign?
Actually, no, but I will do it this week. And then for social media engagement, I have engaged with social media posts we made.
All right. So please, if you have whenever you participate in the social influence, please don't forget to post your screenshots. I know most of us might be participating, but forgetting to post the screenshot, which is as important as the influence itself. So please now, so quickly we'll move to the social engagement. So on our post for today, we have just 9 people that have liked our post today. And we have about 29 people on this call. So that means we have 20 people that haven't engaged with the post. So please, if you haven't engaged post, I'm expecting to see about 30 here. So please, within the 5 minutes that is left, please let us quickly engage with the posts. Please, if you have engaged with the post already, please just send a chat to the chat box that you have engaged. I can count just 8 here though. All right, thank you, Olivia. Zoe Olivia that said she has done. So that means we have about 28 other people that haven't engaged. Okay, and Orambo that just finished saying he has engaged. So that's 2 people. So all done. Okay. My Elijah also has done his own. Please, if you have done yours, it's fine. If you haven't, okay, no problem. Thank you. We still have just 9 people. So please, and we are about 20 now on this call. So okay, so if you had said Shazay.
I've done mine. Oh.
Okay, and on our Facebook also, we have just 9 people that have liked and 9 comments and 3 people shared. paste. Sorry, I went off for a while there. I had a network issue. So I still have just 9 people I have 9 people that have liked, commented, and shared. So there's what about Akintoye if it's good. I can hear you. I can hear you. Have you participated in the campaign, social engagement campaign?
Yes, I did on Twitter. But
All
yeah,
right.
question about screenshotting.
No, not the one of screen. Not the one of screenshotting. The one of engaging with the post. That means liking, sharing, and commenting
I've done that.
on all our social media. All
Yes,
right. Thank you. All right.
Sorry.
Thank you, Alex.
Sorry,
Okay. I can hear you. I can hear you.
That's all screenshotting. Just want to know which channel exactly.
Is it like where you will send it to?
Yes. Which channel?
Okay, that on this channel, social influence campaign channel is on Slack. Are you added to it already?
No, I'm not there.
Okay, I'm not there. You can. I would add you to it. Is your name also Akintoye if it's on Slack?
Yeah.
Or you have any other name? Okay,
That's me.
no problem. I would add you. Yeah. So please also, if you have not yet been added to the Slack channel, please you can indicate that you haven't been added so that you'll be added to the channel. Thank you. All right, I'm already up to one more person. God bless you. Yeah, Michael, Alex. Sorry, we are about 30 on this channel, and I still just have 9 people that are liking. That means none of us are actually engaging with the post. So you are telling that everybody on this channel have engaged with our post.
I've engaged in Twitter.
Okay, we have okay, you're engaging on different social media channel. Thank you. Please, if you all can engage on all the social media channel, it will be nice. So thank you all. I'll just giving the mic back to I'll be returning my back to Miss Comfort now. Thank you. So please don't let's forget to participate. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, PM Moving Content Center. Thank you for that briefing. So please, if you have any question for the team, please drop the question for them in the random channel. And you can also drop the response on, random channel actually, or social influence channel. They will respond to you then. If you have any question concerning the location, partner location, or you have any office you'd like to recommend, any company you'd like to recommend, please send a message to discuss, mention it to your team lead, or you reach out to Comfort, or you reach out to any pro services member you have access to at the moment, and we'll be able to address, take it up from there. So it's just few details we'll be needing from you when you are able to get us a company that will be willing to partner with us. So, and if you have any question also, you can ask questions from your team lead. If your team lead will not be able to respond to you, you can reach out to any services member or you reach out to Comfort herself. All right, so thank you very much for your time. Apologies, we took extra time. We were supposed to close by 5:30, but due to some things. Thank you very much for today. See you again same time next week, and let's make sure that we make ourselves available for all team leads that are here, and any of your team members are not here, you need to give report on them. And your response is needed. There's a thread already for that. Please make sure you respond and give visit to your team member, any of the team members not present for the Olens meeting and also the social defense meeting that we are just meeting at the moment. So thank you very much. Do enjoy your night.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right.